we can add and subtract and blend them together, and then try to make those hogs what they need to be. If this barrel ever does hit a point where he does need some more punch, we can start utilizing some more 611. They're 100% at the end of the feeding phases and things. But like I say, he's just a good made, will be easy feeding one. Like, just throw him on some 685, and I think you guys would be okay with those kind of things. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling, but do you guys have any questions at all? If not, I'll be around. I know Garrett's got previews and stuff to do, but like I say, I know there's been quite a few people that don't understand our feeds because our tags do read a little bit different than what other companies' tags read. But we just strongly encourage everybody. We do a lot of videos that are online on how the feed is working and how we are matching the body types and kinds. And we are in the process of shooting videos of hogs from when they are this size, and we'll feed them all the way through. So that's what my oldest daughter's sitting here smiling, because she's been the one that's been driving all the pigs, and we've been videoing every 2 weeks. And as you know, when hogs are 30, 40 pounds, they're not very fun to video and things, to do that kind of stuff. But like I say, we're trying to do that all for you guys, so that you guys can watch those videos and see what we're talking about on body types and kinds and matching up with those feeds. But no, thank you guys for listening, and I'll be around. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And like I say, just reach out to us if you guys need any assistance. And I can't preach longer or hard enough about Linked Up and how important that kind of product is going to be to make the hogs healthy and to get you guys what you need to do. Thank you.
Big thanks to Adam here. You give us about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get started with the preview here. We're just going to run you all the lots in order. We'll try to briefly talk about each of them and where kind of we see them to fit there in the show window. Thanks. We should have food very, very close to being ready, so probably just a few minutes left on that, and I'll holler at you. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to run you all the lots there that we're going to sell this afternoon. We're going to lead off with a pair of barrows there, or a pair of male pigs. This is going to be in the ring 34-1 and 34-5. Going to be a pair of wide awake, buckle up, necks and tension. So the mom would have been a litter mate to the grand overall there at Pennsylvania Farm Show. Another litter mate would have been reserve. Dark barrow there or reserve overall at Amarillo by Morning in Texas. Would have been a barrow we sold in the established. Really neat pair there. I think we offer you the 34-1 is going to be a crip pig, so we'll need fixed by a veterinarian. But I think this is just a very, very intriguing show prospect. He's tall about the point of his shoulder. He's very athletic in his build. You see the bend and flex his hind leg as he goes. I think that one just continues to come with more bulk, spread, and mass. A prospect we really appreciate there. The lot 2 is going to be 34-5, the predominantly black barrow there. A really stout featured one there that's big back, big pin, big boned. I think that one reads for probably a late July setting there, but I think a very intriguing show prospect. With a big forearm. It just has a very good build to him. I think that one's going to have a fun summer. That's going to be lot 1 and 2, 34-1, 34-5. And we will we'll go ahead and make an announcement as far as males go. We will castrate anything that you'd like cut. So if you want them cut, we can cut them today. Pigs just need to be picked up by next Saturday. So we could take care of that for you and get them kind of healed up a little bit there before they leave. So just let us know following the sale if that's a preference for you there on any of the males that we're offering today. We bring you, continue to bring you some more males there out of that 34 litter pen. 34-3 is going to be lot number 3. I'm going to pull these up and just had an announcement there. The food is ready, so if you're tired of hearing me talk already, you want to grab something to eat, feel free to get rolling with that. I think there's some pork loins and a lot of other good stuff there. I really appreciate Hannah and family for making all that. Lot 3 is going to be the predominantly black barrow there with the white sock. That's going to be a wide awake buckle up. Really like this prospect. I mean, stout skulled, really big forearm, level in his top line. It's just a big stout pinned one. I think this one for me reads early August there. If you want to push him into July, I think he's comfortable in his skeleton to do that. Another one I just think has a very high ceiling. The belted pig in there is going to be 34-4. Another one that has been a very popular pig here this weekend, and as visitors have came throughout the week. I think this one just reads skeletal build, integrity is very true. A very heavy boned one there with a stout skull, a big forearm. And this pig looks to feed for a while. I mean, I think you gotta stay fair there mid-August, late August there. I think this one's an absolute hammer. I'd have him on your short list. That's 34-4, wide awake, buckle up. Just run the mail if you can. So we're going to bring you the rest of the 34-litter males there. This is a crip pig, a very similar build, type of kind to probably that 34-3 that we just saw there. A really stout featured one. I think incredibly dense with a big forearm, a very big pin pig. I read going probably early August and just being very comfortable there. That one will need fixed by a vet, but another one, I think just structural integrity, very true. He takes that width and skeleton down to the ground. A really nice prospect there in 34-6. we're going to do something a little different here this year. We're going to run you a trio of gilts that are going to be lease only. So I've got some guys that like to jackpot a lot there and like to show in the summer. I think these would several there would be ideal for Expo. The one on the stick right now is 34-10, and that one's probably got the longest shelf life of any of the gilts there in the sale. I think this one in the fall, I think, could be a very, very good breeding gilt. I think she still jackpots and prospects extremely well, but just from a skeletal build and standpoint, we like that one a bunch there. I think she's got a bright future. What are you on now? 34-8 there in the center of the ring. Very, very intriguing prospect. I think since day one, this one's just kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. I think this one has an extremely fun summer, a very high ceiling there in June, July, and probably on into the fall. But that's as probably good of a built one as we can make you as far as skeletal build and just having that muscle shape and look. She's stout about her skull. She's still big in her pin set. Very, very wild prospect there in 34-8, tag number 6. And then the bigger gilt there is going to be tag number 7. That's 34-10, and that's another one extremely high on my list as far as just getting out early and having a really fun jackpot season. I think this one's just big backed and bold. She's tall on her shoulder. She's still good and opened up in her chest floor. Has a very, very bendy hind leg. I think another one that a very, very high end gilt prospect there for the summer. But like I said, these are going to be lease only options. If the high bidder wants to discuss what we may be willing to sell one of these gilts for, we could discuss that. But as of now, these are going to be lease only. So that's going to be tag 6, tag 7, and tag 8. Wide awake, buckle up, next intention, never before. You got pigs? Got a pair of males in the ring here as we jump into a new pen there. It's going to be tag 9, the chromed up barrel. It's going to be a wide awake roll with it, next intention. So Grandma would be a litter mate there to the champion dark at San Antonio a couple years ago. Same could have been said about the 34s as well. 36s are very, very good. There's a pair of 55-liter roll with it gilts off to a very hot start. So mom of these would have been the reserve D1 there at Pale and for Riley Ewing there last year. One we were really excited about getting rolling. I think this is just a very intriguing prospect. Very, very dense skeleton, very, very big hind leg. Wild about his look up front, tall-shouldered, elevated, strong in his pasterns. I think a very elite prospect there. And the other one there on the stick that Blake's got there now is the one that's just shades pounds lighter is that 36-5 pig. Another one that's very high on my list. I think this one's just got a little bit longer shelf life. I think you could get this one into the end of August and the beginning of September very comfortably if you'd like. But another one, I think skeletal build and integrity is extremely true. He's stout about his skull, big in his pin set. He's got a big forearm working in him. A very intriguing pair that I have pretty high up on my list. That's tag 9, and then the one still in here is going to be tag 10, 36-5. So run you another pair out there, continuing in here on the 36s. Again, wide awake, roll with it. Really good sow there that we're excited to have rolling. The black, predominantly black barrow there with the white socks is another one I think is just an extremely intriguing show prospect. He's tall about the point of his shoulder. He's stout-headed, and I think this one just reads with a ton of future. I think if you're looking for a show, county or a state fair, I think from probably the beginning of August through the end of August, I think this guy fits the bill extremely well. His set and angle and shoulder and sits back right, and his knees good. I think a very good barrow there in the tag 36 or ear notch 36-3 tag 11. We jump onto the gilt there, and she's another one on my short list there of females. I love the skeletal build of this one. You get that one off to the side. She's elevated. She has an extremely neat look and just a very flexible and skeleton with a really big bendy back hind leg. And I think that can be said. I mean, we fed some of these 30 or wide awakes there this fall, and they've just continued to mature with bone and do all the right things there when they get about 150 pounds. And I think that's why you see so much of that board just continuing to dominate there, just collect themselves and just doing the right things. A very neat prospect there, and that's going to be 36-8. Sticking with the males there, some more 36s. We're going to offer you 36-1 and 36-2. Very, very similar in build there. This pair of barrows is just extremely dense in their skeleton, has a ton of muscle shape, but still leave you extremely square and true as they go away from you. Pack a big punch there, and I think these be ready early into late July, and I think just extremely good in their build and their skeleton, but for the amount of density and bone work that they offer, muscle shape, I think that pair is going to be hard to get around there this summer. That's going to be tag 36, or ear notch 36-1, tag 13, and 36-2, tag 14. Run you another pair of gilts out there. This is going to be 36-6, 36-7, tag 15, and 36-9, tag 16. Another ones, I think this 36 litters is just extremely deep, and ones that I've enjoyed to watch develop there on the backside here in the chip barn, running these things out every day. They've changed a lot and continue to mature and come with more bone and spread and look. I think very, very intriguing gilt prospects. I think if you're looking for a jackpot gilt there to show early and often, I think the Dash 9 certainly fits the bill there. And the Dash 7 there in the center of the ring packs an incredible amount of punch there. A really big pin set gilt that's really opened up in her chest floor. Both of them just an extremely wild look from the side. I think incredible prospects there in the gilt ring, and I think they're going to make an incredible set of sows there for somebody. Pair of gilts there be 36-7, tag 15, and 36-9, the chromed up one, tag 16. I don't care what anybody says, bud. We continue to roll there into this tremendously deep 36 litter. We got tag 30, ear notch 36-6, tag 17. This one's just extremely stout in her features. She's the boldest in her back shape there, muscle shape, and spread up high. She's got a big forearm working in her. And I think this one, incredible market gilt there. If you're looking for a prospect end of July into August, I think this one feeds incredibly well. That's tag or 36-6 is going to be tag 17. The other litter mate in there is going to be 36-10. Another one. This one's really wild looking from the side. I think she's got a really big forearm working in her. Tremendous shape and spread up high as well. Leaves you with a really good square and true hind leg. Incredibly flexible and just a neat prospect off to the side. Good pair of gilts there. 36-6, tag 17, and 36-10, tag 18. We jump into one of my personal favorites there, the 39 litter, and this sow has just done an incredible job. So the mother of these would be a next intention sow that's a litter mate to the champion dark there at San Antonio we had a couple years ago. She's just done a phenomenal job. She'd be the mother of the Grand Barrow there at PA Farm Show last year. Would have had the reserve at Amarillo by morning. Sold a boar pig to the Goss and Boble there a couple years ago. She's got a lot of really nice daughters laid back in her. She'd be the mother of the barrow that was popular there in Minnesota a couple years ago as well. But done a really good job, and this wide awake litters is nothing different. I think the 39-1 prospect's a very intriguing prospect. I think this one's tall-shouldered and elevated, has a really big forearm working in him. His length of hips is very, very good, and I think set and angle to his hind leg are exceptional. This one off to the side just paints you a really nice picture. I think this one continues to feed with more bulk, mass, and spread. Very intriguing prospect that I think is a fun one to feed there into August or into July. Good prospect there, 39-1, tag 19. The other one there, same could be said for him. One that's just a shot pounds lighter, but I think that one has a bright future as well, and I think could continue to feed on into the fall. We drop out the last one there of the 39 males. Is going to be 39-3. Another one we have high on our list as far as just skeletal build. He's got a stout head, a big forearm. Fundamentals and just basics are incredible there, and I think this hog just continues to feed and come with more bulk and spread and mass. Really nice barrow there in 39-3. Going to drop you out a pair of 39 litter gilts there, and again we've actually never sold anything out of this 3815 sow. I'm not saying they're the best gilts in the sale. It's just a sow line that we've continued to build around and stand behind. We're going to hang on to this pair, but I wanted to offer them out there to get them at least into the gilt ring to get shown, because I think there's a ton of value in them. Tag 22 is going to be 39-9, wide awake next. Just a wild looking prospect from the side. I mean, she's got a ton of muscle and spread and shape up high and dimension. I think it still leaves you with an incredible hind leg and just flexes and goes, but her sharpness of jaw and just neat look up front, I think you're going to grab a pen very, very quickly with this one. I have a very fun summer. That's going to be tag 22, 39-9. And the litter mate there on the stick has been very, very popular as well. This is tag 23. That's 39-7. Another one I think just packs an incredible amount of punch there and shape up high. She's big in her pin set. She's got a big forearm. She's just very sharp about her head and jaw, a tall-shouldered, elevated one that looks to get out early there if you're looking to show in May and on throughout the summer. I think these gilts, this pair has a very high ceiling. Hey, BD, good job, bud. We do have bidder numbers available there in the office. If you'd like to get your bidder number, you can go ahead and do that. Food's hot out back there. We got refreshments in the cooler. Please help yourself. Going to jump into a new pen there. This is going to be the 37 litter. So we're going to offer you a 37-1 male prospect there, one that's also on my short list for the end of July there. I think an incredible prospect as far as one just being extremely tall about his shoulder, neat about his look, and just still genuine in his build and shape and spread. The 37s would be wide awakes, believe in me. So grandma is still that same sow that we just talked about there with the 39s sitting back in that pedigree. This sow will be 117 litter, believe in me, gilt. And we've got a couple of them working, and just done an incredible job so far. Really excited with what the future holds for those gilts. But that -1's a very neat prospect, and then we jump into the litter mate brother, and I think another one that just from a skeletal build standpoint, integrity is just very true to the ground. This one's stout in his bone work and just bold about his top shape. very intriguing pair of barrows there that I think you want to show end of July. I think these are ideal. You got something there the first week of August. I certainly think they fit the bill. Really nice pair there, 37-1, tag 24, and 37-3, tag 25. We jump in. This gilt there on the stick's going to be 33-2. Another gilt that has a tremendous background there. This one will be a lead the way, and this sow didn't give us a bunch this time, but she's been lights out, to be honest with you. So the never before sow on the backside of this one would be the mother of the Reserve Grand overall barrow there at PA Farm Show in 24. Would have been the Reserve Grand at Virginia State Fair out of a different litter. Would have had the High Points pig there on the ECLA for the Dean family that summer. She'd also, I think, raised the Reserve Grand at Maryland State Fair before. She had the third out. This time just does an incredible job, and I think this gilt can be certainly admired for just the amount of muscle shape and presence that she has. She's bold about her rib shape, stout about her head, and just a very comfortable skeleton there. I think this gilt just continues to feed and just get better. I read this one to be really fun there into August sometime, and that is 33-2. We jump in to the other gilt there. What tag you got there, Blake? 27. Back onto the 37 litters, so another wide awake there. Another one that's just extremely tall, shouldered, and just neat look and presence off to the side. I think this one's running gears are exceptional, and I think another one that should be ideal for somebody if you're looking for something there late into July or into early August. I think this one paints you a really nice picture off to the side. She's got a stout head. She's tall about the point of her shoulder. Still a gilt that's got a lot of muscle shape, and she's opened up and genuine at the ground. Really neat prospect there, 37-8. Gonna run you a trio of 37 litter gilts to finish out that group. Another ones that I think we like a great deal there. I think just tall about the point of their shoulder, have a really neat presence and look to them. That wide awake just really stamps that look up front there, and just incredible flex and bend to that hind leg. And I think these gilts just read with still some immaturity yet. I think these would be very ideal there in an August setting. All of them offer just a little bit of different stuff there, and I think you just study this trio there and take a look and see what is going to work for you and your program there, how you like to feed gilts. But I think a really nice trio to finish off that set, and that's going to be tag 37-5, is going to be tag 28. The black-headed one there is going to be 37-6, and the 37-7 is going to be tag number 30. Going to run you another trio of gilts out there. We jump into a different pen there. These are the 32s. We got tag 31, 32-11. We'll try to show you that one there first. I think these all, same could be said, offer just a little bit of different, come in a little bit of different shapes and sizes. This one's got a really big forearm, a very, very stout head, still flexible and comfort to their hind leg. I think set and angle to their shoulder is very good. I think length of hip is very good. That's 32-11. We jump on to the next one there, 32-12, the thinner belted gilt. And I love this one from the start. I think this one's bold about her shape. She's stout about her head, big in her pin set, a heavy bone bone gilt there with a big forearm, strong about her pasterns there. Really good sow to back that one up as well. Be a dirty sow sissy, so that's how it would actually be a full sib to a pair of barrows there that would have been won 2 state fairs for us that summer in West Virginia and Delaware. We would have had a boar that won the Midwestern with there. And this sow line has just continued to generate and put out good ones for us. This gilt, 3212 in particular, is definitely on my short list of gilts. Then we round out with a 32-13, a really tall-shouldered one with a stout head, and I think this one's just flex and bend to her hind leg is incredibly good. She just has that general presence off to the side that I think is just very captivating, and I think these can have a very fun summer there, be very, very good into August, into the fall. That's going to be tag 31, 32-11. The thinner belted one is 32-12, tag 32, and 33, tag 33, 32-13. We drop out a very intriguing trio of male barrows and male pigs there. We are going to offer this 35-1 pig intact there this afternoon, and I think as wild of a prospect as we can offer you. I mean, this one looks just like a baby show steer to me. He's got hair dripping off of him, huge bone, ginormous forearm, very, very stout head, as short-backed as you can make one. 35-1. Boar barrow, I think this is a very intriguing prospect there and could be very, very good into the fall or look very good taking a picture there at a boar stud. That is 35-1. Litter mates there, we went ahead and castrated the pair of those, the black ones there, and same could be said with them. I think just bone integrity is very, very good. I still think these are just very short back, but have muscle shape and look, presence up high. Good trio there in Kong. On a Believe in Me sow that we go back to a never before back on Sissy. So some of our best stuff tied back into that pedigree. I think just an intriguing trio of prospects there. 35-1 is going to be the one with some color on him. Tag 34, and then the pair of dark ones there, 35-2, 35-3. I think ideally suited there in the fall on the Bears. Well, we drop in a big lady here, and I think this gilt, she's honestly not any older than anything else in the set. Just a tremendously growth and her performance, but I think just not looking at size, I think you appreciate this one's just genuine, just base width at the ground. She's just got a really round body, round center, a very big flexible hind leg. She's going to be a picture-perfect all-rise Dottie back on Sissy. I think if you're looking for one to show early there in the summer, have an earlier show, I think she certainly fits the bill, and I think this one's very, very good there on my short list as far as one that can make it just a tremendous sow prospect for you. A neat prospect there. 26-4. We drop her littermate brother out there, and then another barrow. We drop out, I think, 26-2. Another one, I think, if you're looking for one that is going to be ready early for you, I think this one certainly fits the bill. I mean, one that's just extremely bold in his back shape, big in his pin set, very, very big hind leg, a very neat prospect. Going to be picture-perfect, all-rise Dottie. That is tag 38, 26-2. We jump into, and these barrows, I think, just complement each other very good. I think the next one there is going to be 32-1, tag 39. It's going to be a money line, Dirty South. And I think another one I think that's just very intriguing as far as just having muscle shape and spread, one that looks to feed for an early August show, and I think be very, very competitive there. 32-1. He's still got that presence and look. He's tall about the point of his shoulder with a stout head. I think another one that feeds very good. And this money line deal has been very, very good. We decided to tap in there and bought money line's full sister in the exchange, and we're really excited to get her started. We firmly believe in that money line stuff. That money's on, and it certainly has worked for our program there. We sold a pen of 41s there last spring there that would have got along very, very good. Would have had the reserve middleweight at Kentucky State Fair. I had another one there that was grand overall at Virginia State Fair. The money line and money's on stuff has worked very good in our program. Again, 32-1. Tag 39. Jump you into another new group of pigs there. These are going to be 30 liter and 31 liter, so it's going to be a split pen there. Calico gilt there in the center is going to be 30-9. And I think, take nothing away from color, I think this is just a very intriguing prospect. I mean, she's tall about the point of her shoulder. She's big in her pin shape. She has great muscle shape and just continues to come with spread and dimension there. I think a round-bodied one that I think this leaves you square and true. I think this gilt has a very high ceiling there in that August setting. I think that color pattern certainly doesn't scare me when the quality is this good. That is tag 40, 30-9. It'll be a wide awake roll with it, and we'll run you some of them wide awake roll with it barrows out here. Again, the roll with it would be a gilt litter there, and this pair of 55 liter roll with it are just getting started. Mate would have been the reserve D1 there for Riley Ewing at Pale last year. We got another one on the stick there. It's a 31-5. It's a wide awake Trickster, another first litter gilt there. Trickster would have been the boar that we sold to Moyers there at perfect timing a couple years ago. And we're just getting rolling with the bottom side of those Trickster sows. And if they continue to look like this, I think we're in for a fun ride, because I think this one's tall shouldered. She's got great back shape and spread up high. I think she leaves you square and true with a big pin set. It looks like a really nice gilt there that's going to feed into August and have a really fun summer. And that is tag 41, 31-5. Staying in here on the 30s there, like we discussed, be wide awake, roll with it. 30-1 is going to be tag 42. Another prospect I think is on my short list there for August. I think a really neat one there that's just good in his build and his skeleton, has a ton of punch up high, a really big forearm, and a dense skull and skeleton there. He reads to have a lot of base width and just takes that to the ground. I think a really fun project with a huge hind leg, and I think you're looking for something there mid-August to end of August. I think that one's pretty special. That's 30-1. Littermate brother there is going to be 30-3, and I think the same could be said with him. I mean, you look at this one, skull and just height at the point of the shoulder. He's got a big forearm. He's very square and true, and I think has an incredibly bendy hind leg. I read these to be kind of fault-free, bulletproof barrows there that just get along and feed. That's going to be 30-3, tag 43. We jump into another pair there, and this is a split pen. You're going to have 30-2. what I think Blake has on the pipe there now, and I think picture perfect there from the side. I think this one's just very, very neat. He's got a huge forearm, a stout head, and I know we sound like a broken record on these 30s, but I think just skeletal build and integrity is very, very good. I think they have all the extras I think we need to play a big boy ball there in August. Really neat prospect there in 30-2. 31 Juan's another one we talked about. Wide Awake Trickster, and I think you can't let color hold you back on these dark ones because I think you'll get beat by them there later on in the summer. This one leaves you with a tremendous just spread and shape up high, but he's as big in his pin set, but he's just square, stays very, very square and true as he goes away from you. Another one just bold backed and just has a stout head. I think reads to have a fun summer, and that's going to be tag 4531-1. Going to go ahead and drop you the rest of the trio out, and a couple of these I think we had out here earlier, and I think if you're looking for something to take a little bit more chance on, there's a pair of them in there, but I think the other one in the ring, 31-3 on Blake's stick is kind of been on my sleeper list of pigs that I like a bunch. I think this one's skeleton's extremely good there. His sharpness of jaw is probably as good as any in the sale. I think this one's a very elevated barrow there that I think probably has a longer feeding window. I think end of August he's going to be real fun. I think you could get this one in October, honestly. I think that one's another one that I have kind of starred there on my list as one I think is going to feed and get along. I think the other pair of barrows there, I think if you're willing to take a little bit more risk on one, I think they certainly just need slowed down there on protein. As Adam discussed there, I think we drop these on some 680 and we just get them to soften up a little bit, and I think everything's going to collect there for them because I think just have a really bright future still. Just need to be adjusted there on feed, and with us running 80 back there, it's kind of hard to just individually take care of them, what they need, what their needs are. But I think you get these ones home, you get them settled in, drop the protein on them, I think you're still going to get along. Be tag 30, or tag 46, tag 47, tag 48. We run you in a pair of blue gilts there that have been very popular here at the farm. As we get into the more of these light cross divisions, I think you got a lot of opportunities to show these things now, and I think they're contrasting. Tag 49 is going to be the 29-10 gilt. I think this one's just a touch taller shouldered. She's just a little bit more elevated, maybe a little bit more extended in her look, and I think that the 2911 is probably the one that's just a little bit denser featured, a little bit more denser in her bone work, a little stouter in her forearm, a little stouter in her head. I think both of these gilts in that light cross division are going to be very competitive there. These would be next to none rusty cage, and on the backside of that rusty cage be that very good Skywire sow. Would actually raise the champion D2 there at the alternative show the year of COVID, which would have been the Houston replacement, and then also would have raised the grand overall at Virginia State Fair a couple years for Talon Armand Trout. Very good sow line, goes back to some of our best blues. We don't make a bunch of them anymore, but I think this pair is high quality. We stick in the 29 29 pen there. We're going to have 29-4 is going to be the Calico Prospect. And I think another one, just from a skeletal build standpoint, I think this one's just good in his build. He reads to have good muscle shape early, and I think the one's just going to continue to come there, be a very easy feeding pig. I think certainly comfortable there in that mid-August to late August setting. I think a very fun barrow that feeds and gets along. I think the 32-5 in there with him, we jump back into the money line stuff that we've continued to talk about there as far as just having that stoutness of skull and just muscle shape and spread up high. I think this one's is probably as neat looking as any of the money lines that we offer you. I think just the presence from the side, muscle shape early. I think this guy is going to have a fun summer and feed. Probably ideal in that August window, anytime throughout that month. But I think just the stoutness of feature that you have to offer with this one's going to get you pretty far. I think skeletal build is very, very good on him. Has some of the extras. That's 32-5. Tag 52. You're doing average, but keep it up on it. That's what they say. We continue to talk these 29s there, and we round out with a pair of gilts there, 29-8 and I think 29-9 as I get these pulled up for you. 29-8 is going to be the belted gilt, one that I think reads to be a big one there. She's tall about the point of her shoulder. She's got good muscle shape and spread up high. I think a very comfortable one there. If you want to push into the end of July, I think you certainly could. Another one I think ideal in that August setting. The Calico Gilt, another neat prospect. I think off to the side, this one's tall-shouldered. She's got a big forearm. She's square and true, and early muscle shape, I think, on these next to nones has always been very good. Those hogs have fed, and we've got along at a state and national level, local level there with the next to none stuff, and then some of those gilts have had a very high ceiling there when they get finished off. A good trio or a good pair of the gilts there. 29-8, tag 53, going to be the belted one. 54, 29-9 is going to be the Calico. Handle. Jump in to a new pen there. These are going to be wide awakes and next to none on the bottom side, and the next to none females have continued to pop up there in the pedigrees for us. And this is a younger sow there that we sold them pretty high there last year. Would have had heavy hitters there that had a fun summer. I got along for several of those families there at a county level, and I think division there at State Fair. The 42s, we'll start with 42-6, the Calico Pig. One that I just personally love. I think skeletal build is just so genuine on this one. I think he's got a big forearm, extremely neat look, and just so athletic, so good in his build, so comfortable out here. I think this one, has a high ceiling for a September, October show. Just reads to me to be very immature still yet, but having that muscle shape and spread and dimension and a really neat look. That's 42-6. Tag number 55. Littermate brother there to him. We thought this pair kind of complemented each other extremely well, and I think this one's just maybe a scotch just behind what that -6 offers you, but still has that same presence and look. Another one that's just tall about the point of his shoulder and just incredible in his build and his skeleton. His length of hips exceptional. I think the flex and bend to his hind legs right. If you look and study the front end of him, his set and angle to his shoulder and his knee are very, very good. And I think this one reads to have a bright future there into the fall. That's going to be 42-8, tag 56. We keep rolling in there on these 42s. Like I said, wide awake, next to none. And I think the chromed up pig's going to be the first one there that I think it's going to be 42-1. 42-1 is going to have the bullseye there on his back, shoulder. I think one that's over here on the left. One that's got a tremendous amount of muscle shape at this size. These are some of we get towards some of the youngest pigs in the sale, and I think just offer a tremendous amount of quality. I think this guy feeds and is very comfortable there in that end of August setting. Just a tall-shouldered one that's elevated with a lot of muscle shape and spread and dimension. Still really good about his bone work. That's 42-1. Littermate's going to be 42-2 with a belted pig on the stick now. Another one, just structural integrity and is just very genuine. He takes that to the ground. Like we talked, the calicos there. You study that one's angle and set up front. I think a very good one there with a nice long hip and a big bendy hind leg. Those look to feed and have a good fall there. Going to be tag 58, 42-2. We talked him earlier. I think that pen's just incredibly deep there. We talked the calico pig, and this one certainly got just the most shape and dimension up high at the moment. He's certainly the stoutest about his features, stout in his skull, stout in his bone work. I think one that it could probably go a hair earlier than a couple of the rest of them there in this group. I think if you're looking for something still to feed there in that middle of August setting, I think certainly one that I think fits the bill there. Structural integrity is very, very good still with the amount of muscle shape that one offers. A really neat prospect there in 42-3. The other one there, the chromed up one, is going to be 42-4. Another one, I think, just a wild skull shape. You look at the flex and just angle and set to his hind leg. I think he's extremely good there. I still think length of hips very, very good on this one. He's packing a tremendous amount of punch up high there. Bolt about his cage. Really nice prospect there in 42-4, tag 60. Continue to stay in there with the 42s. We got 42-5, the last of the calicos there. Another one from a skeletal build standpoint, I think incredibly good. He's very genuine and true at the ground. He's got a big forearm there. I think this one reads with a ton of future there, again, for probably end of August, September, October show. I think another one that I have high on my list, that's 42-5, tag 61. Tag 62, we actually we had thrown him in with these smaller pigs there. He was just a shot behind there when we weaned. This is actually going to be a 34-litter pig, so we're going to be wide awake, buckle up. Mom would be a litter mate to the grand overall there at Pennsylvania Farm Show in 24. Really neat prospect there. I think a very green one there that's got a ton of future. But if you just study just skeleton, flex, bend, comfort, I think this one's a very good pig. Just needs a little bit more time on feed. I think that one reads probably to have a pretty good future there in the fall. Another one I think just build, presence, and look. A very good pig there in 34-2. Another one that was probably just a pound smaller there when we had the 39s in the nursery, and I do remember the day we moved some of them over and left this one back, and I just thought she needed a hair more time, and she's just really continuing to mature and bloom there. So this would be actually a 39, be a wide awake on that very, very good next intention sow. So if you're looking to tap into our best sow line, I think look in the ring here quick, because this one's tall-shouldered and good looking off to the side. Skeletal build is incredible. I think this one is going to have a very bright future there if you're looking to show into the fall. But I think Sal prospect there, I think very high ceiling with her, and I think one that can certainly generate for you. That's tag 39-5, or ear notch 39-5, tag 63. Round out the 42s there, and we got The last 42s in the pen there, 42-10 are going to be on the stick now for Blake. And I think another one that just reads to be a little bit more greener and immature. I'm sure we could have held him back and sold him at a little later time, but want to offer you some more lots there that I think will work for a long range. So I think, if you're here to buy one and looking to show there in the end of August or into September, October, I think this one's just going to continue to get better and better. One that you just from a skeletal standpoint certainly admire. She's tall about the point of her shoulder, has a very, very sharp look, and I could tell you from feeding these wide awakes this fall, they just continue to come with more bone and spread. Really nice prospect there. A calico gilt, 42-10, tag 64. Round out the 42s there, and like I said, we had a bunch of Barras in this group. We're offering you every 42 we have, and I think this is a neat one there. This one's tall about the point of her shoulder. She's got great back shape and spread up high, still a very bendy hind leg. Another one I think if you're looking to show end of August, September, October, I think this one gets pretty fun for you. That's tag ear notch 4211, tag 65. We drop in the youngest of the pigs that we have in the offering, and the 44-1 male pig there, Moneyline Grand Theft. I think this one's a very neat prospect. That Grand Theft sow would actually be out of that never before 16-3 sow that we talked about earlier. That would be the mom of the Reserve Grand at Farm Show, Reserve Grand at Virginia, champion points barrow there on the ECLA for the Dean family. Just a very, very good pedigreed one. That sow's continued to do a great job there. This Moneyline prospect, I think, is very intriguing. If you study this one's just genuine build and skeleton. He's got muscle shape. He's stout about his skull. He's got a huge forearm working in him. He's got big toe spread. I think one that I think certainly is going to feed. And if you want to take one into October, I think you certainly could with this guy. Neat prospect there. And then the gilt that Blake was on there a second ago is going to be his sister. That's going to be 44-5. And I think one that's has got a very, very sharp look about her. She's just clean about her jawline, still stout in her head, set and angle to her hind leg reads right. I think another neat prospect there if you're looking to show into the fall. That's going to be 44-5. And we kind of pushed the limits there. We just dropped these gilts down there last week, and honestly just didn't get them settled in quite quick enough to get pictures of them. But I thought a tremendous quality there, and to have this much just muscle shape and spread and dimension right now at this size, I think is a true testament to what they're going to be in the future. I think if you're looking for something there to show in that Virginia State Fair or a market gilt setting there this fall, I think a pair of intriguing prospects. The 40-4 is actually a homebred knock never before, so grandma would be that good never before sow that would have raised the champion dark at San Antonio a couple years ago, and that's the one on the pipe there now that Blake's got. And we jump into the other one there, the thinner belted one. That's another 44-liter pig. It's going to be Moneyline Grand Theft. So a pair of gilts to just go back to some of our best sows on the farm, with both of them having that never before sow, or two different never before sows sitting on the backside. I think very, very good if you're looking for something to show this fall, and certainly in a market setting, I think you'll have a fun time. We jump in to another set of them, and older sow there, these would be money's on undisputeds, but Mama these would have just had a class winner there at Angelo for us. Does a really good job, and she goes back to some of that older stuff there, the Big Affair, Bone Thug Sal on the backside, kind of same with the pedigrees on some of them blue ones. Unfortunately, we didn't make any blues with this group, but I think a really nice pair of male pigs there if you're looking to show and need something to probably honestly be ready as early as the end of July. I think these guys can do it because they're certainly growing. I think pounds of performance have been very good, ones that you certainly admire for just muscle shape and dimension that they offer. Still being very comfortable in their skeleton. That's going to be 41-1 is going to be the one with the more predominantly white on them, and then the 42-2 is that wider belted, or sorry, 41-2 is going to be the wider belted one. But I think both give you a really neat look and just presence off to the side. Very comfortable and true still with a big forearm, jet level. I think a really nice pair of feeding barrows. Tag 70 and 71. We stick in there on the 40s, run you out a pair of males there, 40-3 and 40-5. Again, going to be hombre, knock, and I think we got one of these pictured. Yeah, I think maybe both of them. The belted one there is going to be the 40-5 pig, and I think this one's tall-shouldered and has a sharp jawline and a neat look, a very flexible skeleton and hind leg. Good muscle shape early. I think that one will feed you into August there or September, wherever you see suited, but a very nice prospect. It's just structural integrity is very good. He's balanced off to the side. We get into the 40-5 pig, and I think one that just packs maybe a hair more punch as far as his brother. Sorry, I have 40-3 on here. Tag 72 is the black one. Yep. Tag 72 is going to be the black one, and that one's just extremely stout featured, huge hind leg, big forearm, very dense head. I think another one that if you're looking for to be competitive there in August, I certainly think you get along with this one, and that's going to be 40-3, tag 72. We drop you in, and these are going to be a new litter of 43s, and some of them did get pictured, some of them didn't. Again, we wanted to offer you some more of the younger stuff there that we have. I think have still tremendous quality there. I think the 40, let me get them up there, 43-1 is going to be tag 70. Predominantly black pig there, extremely tall-shouldered, big in his bone work. I think another one that's just going to have a longer feeding window there if you need to roll there end of August and get going. I think that's a neat prospect. And then the chromed up one is going to be 43-3, going to be tag 75. And I think these just height and elevation at the point of their shoulders very, very good. I think bend and flex to their hind legs good. I think length of hip is very good on them. I think just need a little bit more time on feed. Haven't been dropped down very long. But like I said, I think these just offer a very good feeding window for somebody. Feedability's high. And we continue to stay in there on the 43s. What do you got there now? 43-4. Another one I think very similar to the pair that we just ran out to you. Just tall about the point of their shoulder. Look to have a longer feeding window than some of the rest of them there, but structural integrity is very true. Length of hip is ideal. I think a really neat prospect there with time on feed, 43-4. Tag 76. The black one there is going to be 43-2, tag 77. Another one, same could be said. I think type and kind on this pair is very, very similar. If you like to feed barrows like this that have a longer feeding time and just a easy feeding kind, I certainly think this is a good pair to look in on. Tag 76 and 77. we drop you out. And this is actually a 43-liter gilt. She's going to be 43-5, and another one we just didn't quite get settled in there to get a picture, but if you like them tall-shouldered and good-looking, I think this one certainly fits the bill for you there. She's athletic and comfortable out here. I think if you need one to feed there for August, I think she certainly fits the bill. She can go market gilt or breeding. I think a very nice project there, 43-5. Again, easy feeding kind. This is marked on your sheet as a male. It is a female, so we'll make that correction. We're going to run you out the last of the 39-liter gilts, and another one's there that we're going to offer a lease option on there, because I think just like I said before, I'm not saying they're the best gilts on the sale. We just personally have not ever sold anything out of that 38-15 sow, next intention sow, and we're going to stick true to that and then hold to our guns. This is going to be the 39-10. Tag 79, and I think if you're looking for a gilt to show this fall, I think she's pretty high on my list as far as something to get you rolling into October, November, and honestly, I think you could go as far as Perry with this one, just because her genuine build and skeleton are extremely good. She's so sharp about her jawline, still opened up in her chest, but still reads immature to me. I like this prospect quite a bit there. Lease option 39-10. A pair of the others there, the wider or the thinner belted gilt there, Blake's on right now. I think if you're looking to jackpot early, I think this one certainly comes to the table pretty quickly. I think this one's just very, very stout in her features. She's still square and true. She has just a wild look up front, a huge forearm, a very, very bendy hind leg. I read this one just to get out early there in May and just start to have a good time, and does a really nice job for whoever ends up leasing this one, 39-6. We're going to finish off with 39-8, another prospect we like quite a bit there. I remember this one just being on the sow and just coming in, and it'd be one of the first pigs that actually I'd check on every day, just because I thought she just looked that special to me. Another one that's just bold in her back shape. She's round about her rib. She's another one that's got a big bendy hind leg, and I think this one feeds and has a very fun summer, and I think continues on into fall for somebody as a high-end breeding gilt. We get back there at the end of the summer. That concludes the preview that we have. I'll make you a couple quick announcements. We got bidder numbers in the back. Help yourself to the food and refreshments that we have. A couple other things to note. So we've got nationwide delivery there. So we got some trucks running west. We'll run actually in probably a week or two ourselves, get anything to the Midwest, and then on to some other trucks. If you buy a pig today and you're here local and you're just not comfortable with taking them home yet, or you need a little bit more time to get your pens ready, we're offering that to leave them here for an extra week. So you could pick them up by next Saturday if that helps you out. If any of the pigs in the offering were still intact, but minus the crips, we would be glad to cut them for you. Just let us know after the sale when we can get that done. We'll give you, obviously a few days if you want to get those healed up and before you take them home. Another thing to mention, so the feed is all going to be in the box truck out back. The bills will come, your invoices from the pig sale will come from showpig.com, so check your email. And we'll also get those emailed to us. So if you don't, have access to that, we can get you set up. But we would like checks written out for the pigs separate, and then we'll have you another invoice there to do for the feed side of things, just to keep stuff a little bit cleaner on our side. We got a good crew. We're looking forward to selling these to you here in about 45 minutes. Thanks.